The loneliness I'm talking about today isn't the kind that looks like loneliness. It's the kind you feel in a full room, at a dinner table surrounded by people who love you, in a relationship, in a friendship group, in a life that from the outside looks full. And because it doesn't look like loneliness, you don't let yourself call it that. You tell yourself you're being ungrateful, that other people have it worse, that you should just be present, and everyone else at the table seems fine with it. That's the part that does the damage. But the feeling stays, and it stays because it's real, and it's trying to tell you something. I know what it feels like to be in a room and feel like you're watching it through a glass. Everyone else seems to be just there, laughing at the right moments, engaged, easy, and you're performing it, saying the right things, smiling at the right times, going through the motions of connection, while feeling completely unreached inside. And then you go home, and the quiet hits differently. Not peaceful quiet, the kind that confirms something you've been trying not to think about. That even surrounded by people who care about you, some part of you feels completely unseen. And you don't know how to say that out loud. Because how do you tell someone you love that being with them still leaves you feeling alone? This kind of loneliness isn't a people problem, and it isn't a you problem either. It's a register problem. Because most rooms run at a certain level. How was work? Did you see the thing? What are you doing this weekend? And that level isn't fake. People aren't pretending. It's just it's just shallow by design. It's how everybody stays comfortable. And the room protects it. Somebody goes one layer down, you can actually feel it. The small adjustment, the joke that arrives just in time, the subject that changes itself. You felt that, where you said something slightly too real and the room politely put it back where it found it. So you learn to stay at the register. And can you sit at that register for 4 hours with people who genuinely love you and leave having touched nobody? And here's the part nobody says. You're not lonely because they don't care. You're lonely because caring and reaching are two completely different things, and only one of them was ever allowed in that room. And carrying it quietly, it has a cost. It it makes you withdraw, not dramatically, not in ways people notice, just a little further back each time, a little less invested, a little more surface. It makes you cynical about connection. You start to wonder if this is just what it is. If everyone feels this way and nobody talks about it. If real intimacy is something that happens to other people. And it exhausts you because performing connection takes energy. Showing up to things, being present enough, laughing at the right moments, saying enough of the right things that nobody asks if you're okay, and then coming home and feeling more drained than before you went because you spent the whole evening giving energy to a version of connection that was never going to reach you. I want to say the part I've been circling. The reason this one is so hard to admit isn't that you're lonely. It's what you're afraid it means about you. Because somewhere in you, there's a quiet suspicion that you need more than people are actually able to give, that everyone else is fine with the register, that they're not sitting in the car afterwards feeling this, And if they're fine and you're not, then the problem isn't the room, it's how much closeness you need. That's the actual fault, isn't it? Not I'm lonely, I'm too much for how available people actually are. I've had that thought. I've had it about people who loved me. And here's where I've landed on it. Wanting to be reached isn't an excess, it's the thing almost everyone at that table quietly wants. And almost nobody says out loud, which is exactly why the room feels the way it does. You weren't the only one at that table who wanted it. You were just the only one who noticed it was missing. If you're feeling this, let that be information, not a verdict on your life, not proof that you're broken or hard to love, just information about what's missing, about what you're actually craving, about the kind of connection that would actually fill you. So here's the thing for tonight. Next time someone asks how you are, and you're about to give them the answer you always give, take it down one layer, not the whole truth, one layer. Honestly, a bit flat this week instead of, yeah, good. That's all. You don't have to find your people tonight. You just have to stop meeting them at that register. And I'll be honest, I still don't know whether you find these rooms or whether you build them. I've had both happen. I couldn't tell you which one to go looking for. Everyone in that room was fine. You were just the only one who noticed that nobody was actually there.